They have taken players higher than they're expected to take. You have Mayock telling everybody, I don't care about conventional wisdom. I don't care about the criticism. We believe Alex Leatherwood was the right pick here. We believe that's best for us, not what everybody believes. Like, they are going against the grain. And for Gruden, he's 19-29. He's 10 games under 500. He's in his fourth year now. Fourth year, right? Fourth year of a 10-year deal. Is it, or is it the third year?
I think,
right? Wasn't that deal in 20?
No, I think it's
19.
I think it's going into his fifth.
This
year.
is a fifth year.
I believe.
Didn't he sign that deal like? It's 3 years. Yeah.
So this is going into his fourth year.
Yeah, this is 4 years. Yeah, this is year 4.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
are they better than they were?
No.
Like, has he made them better yet? And isn't this like we did this in
no, they're not a good football
take your pick
team,
with
man.
Damian Woody. We said take your pick. You know, is the pressure more on Derek Carr or on Jon Gruden? I got to feel like, and I know it's a 10-year deal, but there's outs on every deal.
Yeah,
he's got to start showing something this year. The Raiders have to start showing something this year, or else it's going to be time.
Yeah, I don't know why. Look, you said the process of Philadelphia versus the Raiders. When John came in to the Raiders were 2 years removed, 2 years removed from Carr potentially being an MVP. They went down to Houston and lost that playoff game in Houston when they lost Carr due to injury. 2 years later, Jack Del Rio's pushed out.
Right.
Reggie McKenzie's pushed out right after that. When they, to me, the team was built a certain way. I don't know why John made the decision to go in and trying to just blow everything up and get rid of Khalil Mack, get rid of Amari Cooper. Like, I don't know. It's like he woke up and said, I don't want any of these guys. They can't play. I'm going to bring all of my own guys in. He's never really been, in my opinion, a talent evaluator at the highest level. Like, he just never has to me. And I always laugh with people that when John was this quarterback expert, right? Everybody's like quarterback expert.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to watch when he was with ESPN was the quarterback camp. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
Very, very entertaining.
It was a good show, but
what quarterbacks has he ever developed or turned into something? Carr was already an MVP candidate before he got with Coach Gruden. He was already kind of making his name for himself.
Yeah.
So it's like, what has, Jacobs I like at the running back spot.
They tore up the offensive line, which is so important.
They tore it up a couple times.
And then they tore up again this year. They're starting over again with their offensive line.
I don't know what.
Do they have the weapons? Do they have receivers? Is their receiving core good enough to get Carr where he needs to be with his talent?
Waller obviously is one of the top 3 tight ends in the league.
Yep.
3-4 tight end in the league, depending on who you ask.
Jacobs a good running back.
Jacobs a good running back. As
far
as the
bad.
receivers, Henry Ruggs is young, but when you take a guy that high, you expect to build the passing game around him, and maybe he's number 2 in the passing game because Waller's 1. Outside of that, there's nothing there that makes me go, wow.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing defensively.
Well, that's the bigger issue. See, offensively, Gruden has gotten they've gotten better each year. Their problem has been their defense is terrible.
Yeah,
New defensive coordinator now, so they go through that transition.
Gus Bradley's running the defense.
Yeah.
That's bad. The secondary hasn't really ever lived up to all the draft picks. It's like they take a first-round corner every single year.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Every single year, it's like they take a corner, they take a corner, they take a corner.
And then I keep going back to, you had Khalil Mack. Didn't want to pay him.
They felt like they could get more value out of him as trade value than they paying him the money.
I say this about the NBA all the time.
So they go pay a guy.
Yep.
Trade a guy, then draft a guy to replace him when you had the production already there.
Yeah. And instead, you look at it as, like I say this about the NBA, it's because people in the NBA love this idea of collecting draft picks. I call it the currency of hope. Draft picks just buys you time because they're picks, but they become people eventually, and then you can judge what those people become. So you draft Khalil Mack, and you get this haul of picks back, and you think, all right, great. Now go into the draft, and you rebuild your team that way. He does, but he doesn't ever do – so nothing came of it, basically, especially on the defensive side. So your defense has been bad every year, and you never replace a guy who is a legit Pro Bowler, all-pro defensive disruptor, and you don't ever get that guy back.
I have no idea what what Gruden is doing in terms of personnel at all.
Can I give you a record? I'll give you another record. We were doing records before about things that'll blow your mind. So he was your head coach when you won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, under 500. You don't have to tell me.
Since that Super Bowl with you and the Bucks, he is 64-80, and has lost both playoff games that he's appeared in since then. Now I know it's a long time in between. He was with ESPN, of course. He hasn't been coaching the whole time, but still, 64-80 since winning the Super Bowl. You would think that would be the launching pad for his career, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. It didn't. It just didn't go well. I can't put my thumb on it. I don't know what.
Where do you think they're going to be this year?
Third
in their division. Are they a playoff team?
Nah, I don't think so.
All right, that's 4 straight years of not being a playoff team.
You got Kansas City. You got the Chargers and Denver probably fighting for that second spot. And whoever finishes, I think they're third. I do. I think they're third.
And for Denver, it's sort of like if they can get competent quarterback play with that defense, they could be a good team.
Yeah.
Now that's the big if there. But for the Raiders, it's the offense is pretty good. It's the defense that has to hold up its end of the bargain. So that's really the thing to watch there. But
Raider fans, dude, they're they're ready to explode.
That's what I mean. Like 4 years of this. I know it's a 10-year deal. But what team has a 10-year plan? All right, we're waiting. We're going to give them more time. How could you possibly give them more time?
They moved into a new stadium last year.
They'll finally get fans in.
They'll finally get fans in there, and it'll be a hostile environment and all the different things that you need
for the road team
the Raiders
or the home team.
No, for the road team, it'll certainly be home field advantage, and I'm sure they don't want to lose that that support that they're getting from the Raider fans. I'm sure they don't want to lose that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.